This is AIRSOFT, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This thing here, AIRSOFT, it's not real. Welcome back. Today is actually going to be a kind of like an issue that I have with this thing and trying to fix it. We're going to see if we can work it out during this video, but basically this is my VFC KS1 in its current configuration. This optic is being changed, so don't worry guys out there like, what have you done? Why have you taken off the LPVO and made it look weird? It is going to be changing. Anyway, this thing is great. I really, really love it. It's worked really well so far. There's nothing really that I've got bad to say about it other than one issue, and I'm going to show you what that issue is. This is an empty magazine. This is, you can see, no BBs in the magazine. This is an empty bolt. There is no BB in the chamber at all. And to be honest, I don't even need to show you how to do it. You can see there, that should not be doing that. This also is happening with multiple magazines. It's not just this magazine, but you can see there the shoot on empty button is not there, but I'll show you quickly here. I'm not getting any bolt lock. And it's not actually locking into place. That almost looked like it slightly wanted to do it there. And I think the reason for that is a reason that a lot of VFC or historic VFC AR platforms have, which is, well, it's an issue with the bolt lock. It's not locking on empty. And I've watched some of Bada Bing's videos, and I've watched some other videos from other creators, and they've kind of said, look, like, the problem with it is that there is, I'll try and show you because that's probably a better way of doing it. If I take the upper and the lower apart, you can see here, right there is this little tab. And this little tab, when it is being pushed up by the empty magazine, this red piece here, that should be kind of stiff and hold it in place. And when you push this up, sometimes this vents gas, so apologies if that happens. But when you push this up, that should be forcing, you can see here, this red piece is forcing that little tab up. And then when that happens, that should kind of engage bolt lock. Now, when there's BBs in there, this red tab drops down and there shouldn't be an issue. It should just kind of like, you know, cycle normally. However, it seems like this tab just isn't pushing high enough up. There's maybe not enough force on the actual red piece that's in these magazines. I haven't seen a huge amount of people that have had this issue with their KS1s. I've definitely seen it with the HK416s of, like, not yesteryear, but of previous years that people have kind of had issues with, specifically Bada Bing, who's kind of said, look, like, I don't like buying VFC ARs for that reason. And I've tried to work out how we're going to fix it. Now, one thing I'm thinking is that basically this needs to be pushed up further. So I actually tried taking a soldering iron, getting some metal on the end and dripping a couple of pieces of metal right underneath this tab so that when that magazine comes up, it's going to force that thing a bit higher. Now, it didn't really work, so that's not ideal. Poor Charlie here, if you guys see him walking around, he's actually got a head cone on right now. Poor guy just got neutered, so I feel pretty bad for him, but I can't really be like picking him up and like doing stuff. So he's kind of hanging out down here, poor little guy. I'm going to feed him in like an hour. But I've got today 2 potential fixes that could work for this, and we're going to kind of see if any of them work. They've come via Amazon. Fantastic place. I don't know if you know about it, but they'll come and they'll deliver things to your house, and it's great. But there are 2 ways that I think are potentially going to fix it, and this is from me again watching through other videos of other YouTubers. One of which is this, which is this heat shrink tubing. So the plan basically is to get one of these pieces, which is wide enough to go around that tab, put it around it, or cut it to length, put it around it, heat shrink it, so then it kind of shrinks in, but it just makes it thicker. And hopefully that will give it enough like push underneath that it kind of keeps it up in place. Now, I may put too much on top, that's my worry. That's why I've actually got this right here. You may have seen a wire, but I've got a heat gun sitting right here. So that's going to be the first plan, is to do that. The second plan, if it doesn't work, and I'm hoping in this video we don't have to do that, and you guys can just maybe say, oh, this is great, we don't actually need to continue looking at this. JB Weld steel stick. Now this is kind of like that mastic kind of stuff where apparently I can kind of take it, it's kind of like an epoxy putty, and again just kind of stick it underneath where that tab is, again just giving me more leverage or leverage as they say in America, to get up there. So that's kind of the plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, guys, with these. I bought this as like a multi-pack of heat shrink. And obviously you want to take your upper and your lower apart. You really just need access, I'm hoping, to this thing here. And that's going to be hopefully what does it. I did see actually from a couple of people, they said that you may need to do this a couple of times, as in put 2 layers on top. So actually this one looks like it works really well. So I don't know if we're going to find one that's better than that, to be honest. That might be a bit thinner. Yeah, maybe that's a bit better. Okay, let's go with that one. The only problem is, am I going to get the second one on? Maybe I'll go with the slightly thicker one, try and shrink it more, and then at least maybe the second time round, it's going to go for it. Okay, I actually realized I don't have any scissors. Let's try and see if we can just cut it. How easy is this thing just to cut with a knife? It's actually very easy to cut with a knife. So I'm going to put this on here like that. Do we want it like that, or do we want it slightly? We want it slightly less. I probably should get some scissors, to be honest. The thing with the heat shrink part on this one is that I'm not as worried because you can just pull it off if it's an issue. My worry with this actually is more that, is it going to stay on? You know, like, is it just going to eventually just kind of pop off and then put me back in the same position? Okay, so that is going to be where we're going to put this one. I'm going to get the heat gun and we're going to basically do it. But I basically just stuck that over the end there. You can see on that tab. And now I should just have to, like, hopefully wave this over the top of it. I went for the smallest kind of little one, the smallest attachment on the heat gun. Again, these heat guns, you can pick them up from Amazon pretty cheap, like $30-ish. That looks to me like that has kind of settled on there. It's hot, very hot. So yeah, it has settled. What I'm going to have to do, I think, is maybe test it, but I don't think that's going to have put much thickness on this thing. I'll let it cool down for a second. Poor Charlie's right here, like, what are you doing? There is some heat actually in the actual body of it. But I might actually put a second one on just because I know that this is not going to be enough. Just because I've done that like bit of soldering iron kind of thing on it. I've kind of got an idea that that didn't seem to work. Might have just been positioned incorrectly. But it just didn't seem to work for me. Makes me think we should definitely go for number 2. So I'm just going to put another one on top there, slightly thinner or slightly less wide. And I'm going to go with this again. Again, it's going to make it thicker, but I just don't know how much it's actually going to do. Right, let's give it a go. Let's put it back together quickly. I should probably let this cool down, or I would let it cool down if I wasn't filming a video for you guys. I don't think it's going to affect the function like on the top, but really what we need is for this Oh, hold on. We got bolt lock. So let me just test it now. No. No. So if it goes back, it's kind of like close because that did get that there. But actually when it's firing, it's not getting bolt lock. So maybe let's put one more of these on. But I'm kind of impressed that we got that bolt lock on that first bit. Gives me some hope, you know. It doesn't look as well like that's been pulled off at all, which is good. So maybe I'll put one more of these on here. Maybe two. And we'll see if that gives us a better situation. Now this isn't going to fix. It's going to be too big. No, it does. It fits. Okay, little heat gun. So you can see the state of that now. That is what it's looking like. So we've kind of got right here 3 pieces which are now attached on the top here. Do we go with a 4th or do we, let's test it first. Well, that's the way to do it, isn't it? We should test it, then do another one if we need it. Okay, so mag goes in, bolt lock, do we get it? No, that's not getting bolt lock at all. So have we kind of messed it up in some way? No, that's like made it worse, it feels like. Maybe it's stopping it from pushing it up higher because it's only on the bottom. As in it's like not just on the bottom. Let's put one more piece on. Give it a go and see what it is. My worry slightly is that this is just now pushing a little bit higher into where that bolt is. Because we had it with 2 and we don't have it with 3. So I had another piece. Here we go. Put this guy on here. Okay, now this is tight, trying to get this last one on. I'm going to push it all the way over. And then let's get it heated. Heat it all the way around. The other one that I've heard about is apparently you can put like a shim in one side of the bolt. So you see it moves slightly and how that moves that tab slightly. If I put the shim on this side, it'll hold it in place, but I'll need a very, very small shim to do it. So that is maybe, if we don't fix it in this video, that's maybe what we're going to do in the next one. Because I want to fix this. I don't want to not have bolt function. I've thought about, oh, maybe I try and order another bolt piece to go in here instead, like a bolt lock. That feels fine. Bolt lock, yes. Yeah, we're getting it. And if we fire, no. Got bolt lock that time. So annoying. We got it like once there. Maybe let's just go with one more and see if we can get one more piece on the outside and see if that's going to affect it. Because I just feel like if I have to go the mastic route, it's a lot harder to get that undone. But that is what we're going to have to do, then it's what we're going to have to do. I have to go with a slightly bigger one. Yeah, let's go with a slightly bigger one. Okay, there's that piece. I'm going to put him over the top here. And we'll heat this. Okay, so now that is a significant size, like the nub, I'll call it, on there is not small at all. Like that's a big chunky piece. And but the other thing I suppose is that is going to compress. Like as we get it, you know, like more and more mags in it. So does it become, even if I fix it, one of those like never ending pieces, you know, where it's like, okay, well I have to keep fixing it, keep making it better. And we've lost the bolt lock. It's so finicky. See? Only thing I'm thinking maybe is, does it need to harden and dry a bit? Like, as in, is it because it's still quite hot? Does that mean that it's... Does that mean that it is, like, you know, giving too much? Because I've got bolt lock there. Got bolt lock there. Got bolt lock there. Got bolt lock there. So what's weird is if I'm tilting it that way, it's not. If I straighten it and put it straight up, it is. I say, and then it doesn't do it. And then it does it. It's so strange. And then look, you see that? Didn't fully lock back. And it's done it there. Should we go one more? Let's go one more. Screw it. Why not? We'll try one more. I'm just trying to avoid, as you can probably tell, doing that whole mastic thing as much as I can. And if I can do it without it. I'll be a much happier guy. That one's almost too big. Sorry, too small for it. This guy. That one, let's go with a really big one. See if a really big one's just going to make it. I feel like it shrinks, so it's not like a big deal either way, but kind of torn that. Okay, let's put that on here. Let's try and shrink this thing all around it. Okay. That's like encased it. So that's now where we're up to. Like this guy here. You can see how big he is. When I push that up, there's not much further movement that we can get. There is a slight bit. There's not much more. Okay, try it again. Okay, it's still locking in, and we've lost it again. We let it dry a bit. That felt there like the mag release was a bit stuck. Yeah, it's just not giving enough. So if I push it there and then I hold it down, it's fine. But I think it's getting too big. Okay, so we're going to go with the mastic, is what we're going to do. We're going to try and get it to work with the mastic. Right, I don't really understand how to use it, so we might want to read what's in on here. Instructions: cut, remove required amount of putty, mix. Wear gloves, thoroughly knead putty with fingers to a uniform color. Press putty firmly on the surface to be repaired. Okay, so this is again is the issue, is I suppose I can just like file it off if we need to. And this video is going to now be longer. We're going to have to number one, remove all of this, which hopefully isn't too hard. I just need to cut it like that, and then we're good. Yep, that was very, very easy. Put that down. So that's off. And then really I just need to like mastic on here where that's going to be, and it's going to be on the tip. Really all we need it to be on is the tip. So right there where that red hits, see where it is there, it hits and pushes, that's where I need it. So it's really on the very, very far end. So let's get this open. And it sounds like it's a hand mixable steel reinforced non-rusting epoxy putty that quickly repairs or rebuilds anything that's made of metal. After mixing, it forms an industrial strength polymer compound that can be molded onto shapes using to build up. Yep. For best results, use a detergent or degreaser first to clean the surface. Well, we've kind of done that, I suppose. We did a, what do you call it? A series of plastic that we heated onto it. So I don't think it's going to have too much grease. The other side, though, is that it does, you know, it is in a gas blowback, and you've normally got silicone and other stuff flying around in there. Okay, so this is really interesting. This is what it looks like when you take it out. Looks like I'm going to have to, like, mix it. So I just need to, like, take it out. I'm presuming I need it, and then it's going to react to... Ah, right. So there's black inside, and then there is the actual paste there. So I'm going to knead this together. I'll put that back in there. Should I be wearing gloves for this? Probably. I'm going to knead this all up so we can see what this does. I'm going to get the instructions out, and it just says, it does say wear gloves, right? So probably should have worn gloves. Press putty firmly. So I have to make it into a uniform color, which it actually kind of is now. And then I have to take a bit of it and then stick it underneath that zone. So I'm going to take a bit of this, place it, I suppose I kind of want to put more on there, because then what I can do is like file it down. I don't really want any on the top, I just want it on the bottom. And I want it to stick onto this piece, and it's not really doing a great job of doing that. It's definitely getting more sticky. Okay. So I'm going to leave it like that. Kind of like moving it around and just trying to keep it in the right position. Okay, so what I've done is I've put this piece, you can see here, oh no, you can see there underneath, if you can see there underneath, basically there's a bit of putty on that little tab there. If I show you this way, it might be a bit easier. You can see it kind of there, but it's kind of hard to get your view fully across onto it, so I apologize for that. I might just kind of keep touching it as it gets more. I'm going to wash this stuff off my hands right now so that I don't have that on there. Put this in the bin because I probably should have worn gloves. Okay, just stopped out there. I forgot to pause the video for you guys, apologies. Okay guys, so I accidentally just finished that video, so this is like cut straight into the next one. That thing didn't really work. I rushed it and like kind of bashed it off and it wasn't really sticking properly onto here, but it just generally just wasn't working properly. I was kind of like doing the, you know, I was trying to see how by pushing it up, is that going to keep the bolt in there? So that one's not going to work. I'm going to give this one more chance. The, what do you call it? The little shrink wrap version. What's it called? Shrink tubing. Because I just think that it's a better option. Like I just need to get it to work. If it works, we're good, obviously. But I just think that this is a better option than the other one. So I'm going to quickly, while you guys are watching, so not as quickly as you think, but I'm going to quickly do a couple more of these, and I'm just going to see if I can get it, but more towards the end. The other thing I've realized is I don't know if like the actual, what do you call it? The actual mag is sitting high enough up. I don't know whether it's like the mag catch or something like that, but it almost feels like the mag isn't sitting high enough up to be pushing that there. So maybe that's an element of it. I do like how easy and clean this is, like how it goes on. Okay, so that's one. We'll do another one. Oh, I got the other bit here. But yeah, I'm kind of like, I was hoping that that was going to be it, but I tried it twice actually. I put it on and then it wasn't really sticking. I wrapped it around the end a little bit just to kind of reset it, and that didn't really work either. And then I tested it the last time, and on that last time it just didn't, it just kind of slid off. So I think the type of metal that is on the VFC KS1 or the VFC in general's bolt catch, I don't think is, I don't know if it's got like a finish on it or something, but it just doesn't seem like it's properly, you know, like it's meant to be done like that. I might be completely wrong. Right, I might try this and see. Like I've put 3 on there and just kind of done them very like scaled towards the end. I'm actually becoming a pro at this now. So if I can make this work as a fix for this issue, then I'm going to be very, very happy. But I don't know, it feels like that should work. The other thing it could be is like something with how the bolt is interacting with that area, or like the actual hold up of that bolt lock. That feels fine. No, we're just not getting it. If I pin this here, you can see if it just needs to move a little bit more. If I pin it there, we're fine. It's harder to pin it on this side, but I can do it. We do the whole like below it kind of thing. Remember last time I did that, or 10 minutes ago when I was filming this video, I did that, and then it did a bolt lock, and it's done it. I don't really understand why. And that's bolt locked again. Bolt lock. If I fire it, it bolt locked. Okay, so I'm going to try it twice more, and then we think we're on to something, because I think that's been the issue then. Okay, bolt lock. Ah, got it on that bit. And that didn't cycle. That's bolt locked. I think that's not quite actually got enough gas in it, so I might re-gas it. But guys, I think I'm onto something here, but I haven't quite got it there. So if you have any other tips of how I could repair this, I'll try and do another update on this. I'm going to play around with it for like the next 10-15 minutes and just try and see if I can get maybe a couple more of these pieces on and just get it to function. But there is something there. I might also get a shim, so there'll probably be another like follow-up part to this video. If you have any other suggestions on part 2 of what I should do, then let me know. But I think this is kind of like a we've kind of maybe found the start of fixing it. We've diagnosed the issue, but it's really not good. It's not functioning like I want it to. Bolt lock. See, it's just not. No. Annoying, really annoying. And then it's not bolt locking at all, and then it is. Yeah, so it's close. It's close. It's better than when we first started the video, but it's not completed. Anyway, guys, that's why you follow the channel. You can continue to watch, hopefully, come back and see if I can actually make this better, and then give me your expertise so I can share it with everyone else. Have a great day, everyone. Speak to you all very soon. Goodbye.